So, I want to explain why I think the universe is a 4D sphere. I don't know if sphere is the right name for it, but I use that in relation to our 3D reality. So, first, let me explain how dimensions work. Let me use this as an example, but I don't have paper here. If we lived in a one-dimensional world, we would only be able to move across here and back. We can't move up or down, we can't jump, and we can't move forward or back. Just in one line forever. And then, as we are moving in this one line, it won't be like a line to us, because as we are seeing this line, although it's very small, there is actually a height to it. So in this scenario, there would only be a length. Me, myself, I don't believe it's possible for there to be a one-dimensional universe, because for you to live in a dimension, you have to be able to see in the dimension directly lower than yours. Like, for example, us in the third dimension, we see two-dimensional. So when you see this cup, you don't see the entire cup, you don't see every part of it possibly able to see. You can only see it in 2D. But your brain, as a human being, that's why you're a smart species, is able to tell you that that is a 3D shape, there is depth, there is information, and you know it's coming closer to you because in your eyes it's getting bigger and the light is reflecting off of it, and you can know when it's coming closer to you and when it's going back. So in a two-dimensional world, you would be able to go forward, backward, sideways. In this world, you would only be able to see like in a line. In this world, this is how you would see. You would see one dimension because you move this way, this way, this way, this way, and then you can only see one dimension like this. So when you can't look up or down or any of that, you can only move like this. Now us in our third dimension, we can look at two-dimensional shapes. Us like this, we can move forward, backwards, sideways, up, down. Now don't think about it in sense of the earth, because obviously I can't just walk up, and that's because of gravity. Gravity pulls me back. So in reality, there is no up or down, sideways, forward. Those are directions we assigned in relation to the world, in relation to the planet. So let's just say up, down, forward, backwards, because using X, Y, and Z would just be stupid and confusing. Now, in our world, a 3D world, we can see a 2D universe at once. Like, we can see all of it. We can see everything about them, inside them, outside them, everywhere, according to their universe. And a 4D universe, a 4D being, would be able to see our exterior, our interior, all at the same time. He wouldn't see every single part of us, but the reason he can't see every single part of us is the same reason you can't see every single part of this stuff. You also have to turn the back and stuff like that. But he would be able to see us in 3D. Like, I really don't know how to explain that, but it's crazy. They would be able to see us in 3D. Now let me give another example for something. If a 3D object entered a 2D world, you wouldn't see that 3D object. You wouldn't see it in 2D either. you would just see us. We would just see a ball, small, grow, and then become small again. Let's say this toothpick or something like that. It has a small part of it, right? So that small part would enter. In their 2D world, they would see that small part. They would see that small part, right? And then as it goes, it grows bigger, 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 and then it grows smaller again until it leaves the world. That's how it would happen in our universe too. You would see a 4D object when it enters. You wouldn't see it in 4D because we can't. We would see it as a 2D object with our we would see it as a 3D object, sorry, with our 2D sights. So it would go small, big, and small again until it disappears. I just want to give that prior knowledge before I begin to talk properly about what I think about our universe being a 4D sphere. Now, I have a 3D sphere right here, and I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to imagine we're in 2D and I am a 4D a 4D being. I think God is a 4D being, but that's just speculation. But it's crazy, right? It's crazy because if that is very possible, and that would mean there is pure scientific proof of God. But then I don't want to go into that. But that's just crazy. Okay. So on this 2D ball, if there was a 2D universe, on this 3D ball, if there was a 2D universe, everything would be here in this 2D platform. They would be able to move forward, backward, forward, backwards, sideways. And then if they were able to move for long enough, they would be able to go and come back to where they came from. This would have to mean that geometry in our universe is non-Euclidean, but we wouldn't really notice because to be able to conform it, we would have to go to such a great distance to conform that. And then we don't have the technology to cover such a distance in the universe right now. So in this world, in this 2D world, people would live here and then they can go forward, backwards, sideways, everywhere and whatever, and they can do whatever they want, and they wouldn't know that there is anything outside of their dimension. I can be here and I can be watching them. I can have the whole universe in my hands, and then I can watch everything if I want to. I can just have a look at everywhere, and they wouldn't know that I'm watching them. If I want to go into their world, I can go and disappear entirely. I can enter at any time I want, and I can leave at any time I want. That is if I can transfer it too. Obviously, right now I can't enter this ball because it's not actually a two-dimensional dimension. Yeah. So if our universe was such a ball, a sphere, a 4D sphere, it would mean we can go up, down, any direction we want, and within those three-dimensional axes. And then there could be a being literally watching us do everything. And then the only way we can actually confirm this is by either conforming. No, I'm going to delete that part out. But then I believe my proof for this is like this. Number one, the universe is infinite. And in our mind, in the human mind, there is no such thing as infinity, because something can't really just go on forever, because such information would have to be ever expanding the way numbers do. Numbers can go to infinity because numbers are ever expanding. Now, for the universe to be infinite, it would have to be a sphere. On a sphere, if you go from one direction and you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, yeah, you keep going, you keep going, one day you will get back to where you started. And then you can keep going forever. That is infinity. You can keep going on and on and on and never stop forever. Now, in our world, we can't really test this, or maybe we can. That's another topic. Let's not get into that. To test this, we would have to have such a power, like a technology that can take us at such speeds that beat dark matter. Yeah, and then I'm gonna probably delete that part. But then another proof for this is dark matter. Dark energy, sorry, not dark matter. Dark energy forces our universe to expand. Now, another piece of prior knowledge. We live on Earth. Earth is in a solar system. Our solar system is in a galaxy, and our galaxy is in a local group. That's what it's called, a local group. And our local group is in a galaxy supercluster, and our supercluster is in the observable universe. That is as far as human beings know, and that is as far as we can see and detect and predict. Now, dark energy says that in the beginning, when God created the heaven and the earth, and the Big Bang happened, and then the Big Bang happened, and then everything went from this size to infinitely large. And then if that infinitely large, on because of gravity, okay, our universe went from very small as a marble, dense, or a flaming ball, whatever. We don't really know. Science doesn't know that part. And then it just blew up fast and went so big that it became our universe today. Now, that thing that exploded and became our universe today, it exploded into tiny parts that then came together because of gravity. Because every piece of matter causes a bend in space and then attracts other objects or bodies of matter to itself. Basically, gravity. I'm sure you understand that part. Because of gravity, every body of matter attracts another body of matter towards it that is proportional to its mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So, because of gravity, some things like our sun, the stars, the planets, everything became what they are today. And then the solar system was formed, and then other different stuff were formed. Something that was formed was our local group, which is made up of the Milky Way galaxy, the Andromeda galaxy, and a couple of other tiny galaxies that don't matter as much. Our local group is bound by gravity together, so dark matter does not separate it. But the other local groups in the universe are not bound by gravity to our local group. So if the observable universe, if the universe itself was expanding, they would move apart from each other. Like, they wouldn't move apart from each other. That is a confusing part. I'm not gonna go into that because it is a whole different field on its own. So the